I'm Danielle Harris, the Media Relations Specialist for Augusta State University, and it's countdown to election time. And today to talk about women in politics is Dr. Sandra Reinke. Thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure.
From the get-go, this has been one historical presidential election, and being that you and I both are women, I'm just so excited to see how women play such a huge role in this event. And so the one thing I want to talk about, I want to bring some emphasis on Governor Sarah Palin as well as Senator Clinton. So my first question is, in regards to the female Democrats that were supporters of Senator Clinton, what would be the few reasons, if there are reasons, but what would be the few reasons for them to cross party lines to vote for Governor Sarah Palin?
Actually, Danielle, I can only think of two possible reasons why women might make that kind of a move. For the first group, it would be women who are very excited to have this historic opportunity to potentially put a woman in the White House. Mm-hmm. We need to be realistic. Given Senator McCain's age, his choice of vice presidential running mate is exceptionally important because that person has a real possibility of moving into the White House. Mm-hmm. So for women who really want to seize that moment and were devastated when Senator Clinton dropped out of that race, this is their opportunity to do that. There are also some women who are really, really angry. They're very angry at the way they believe that the Democratic Party treated Senator Clinton, and they're very angry at what they perceive to be a sexist bias in media coverage of Senator Clinton. So those are two reasons why I can think women might make that move. I need to emphasize, though, that this is going to be a small group.
Okay, well, do you believe that Senator McCain's decision to choose Governor Palin was strategic to win over the women's vote, or do you believe that he felt she was really qualified?
Well, anytime a presidential candidate makes a choice of a running mate, it's a strategic choice. Mm-hmm. In the case of Senator Obama, he selected Senator Biden because Senator Biden has extensive experience in foreign affairs, foreign relations, and also because Senator Biden has a working class background. And, oh, by the way, he happens to be from a swing state, Pennsylvania. Okay. So these are strategic choices. Mm-hmm. In Senator McCain's case, I don't really believe he picked her because she was a woman. I think instead she was selected because, like him, she has a track record of being a maverick, of standing up to her party's leadership. Mm-hmm. She also is very, very popular with a big portion of the Republican base, and that's social conservatives, those conservative Christians who are active in the Republican Party. So I really think that was the logic behind the choice of Senator Palin. And I think it was a bonus that she was a surprise. Right. And she injected some energy into the race.
So what are the main things you feel women are really going to look at, the main issues the women of America want?
I think the primary issues for women when they come into the voting booth are sort of the same every election cycle. As women, we're concerned about issues like the education for our children. Are our children going to have the same opportunity to go to college as we did? We'll be concerned about health care. What about medical coverage? Are we going to have it? Are our children going to have it? Are our parents going to have it? We'll be concerned about the economy, about jobs, job security, maintaining that family income. Those are issues that women worry about in every election cycle, and I think there'll be factors this time too.
Well, how much will we know Governor Palin, as well as Senator Barack Obama, they've been very open about their religious beliefs, and I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. But do you think Governor Palin's openness, since we're talking about women, I had to leave Barack Obama out, since we're talking about women, do you believe Governor Palin's openness is going to hurt or help her?
I think it's going to help her. Americans, as collectively as a group, are always interested to know things about the faith of the person who's running for office. Mm-hmm. This is important for Americans who happen to be serious about their religious faith, serious Christians. But I think it's also important for all Americans because to some extent it's It's a gauge that we use to evaluate how honest, how candid, and open candidates are. Right. I think that media coverage that's critical of candidates talking about their religion is frankly counterproductive. Mm-hmm. Americans want to know.
Now, some people say that because Governor Palin is a woman, she's going to have to work harder to establish her platform. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. And I think I agree with that for two reasons. One is the fact that Governor Palin was totally unknown for most Americans until the moment that she was named as the vice presidential running mate right after the Democratic convention. And so she's this huge black hole. We don't know anything. So she's going to have to work hard to fill in those gaps. But yes, I think she will have to work harder because she's a woman. And we might not like to have to admit that. Right. But the truth is, she's moving into what is a male-dominated world. And any time a woman does that, you have to work a little harder to establish your credibility.
But do you think how far Governor Palin has gotten and Senator Clinton, that would help change the mindset of this country? Oh. Just a little bit? Or
Absolutely. You know, Michelle Obama at the Democratic Convention in her speech talked about the 18 million cracks in the glass ceiling. Mm-hmm. I think this election is going to shatter the glass ceiling for women, and that we will see women moving to any place they want to go in the political world as a consequence of both Senator Clinton and Governor Palin's presence in this election.
Well, there's so much more we can say about this, but I know I'm glad to be a woman and I'm glad to be an American, and I thank you so much for being here to discuss this with us. And if you would like to learn more about Augusta State University, as well as Dr. Sandra Reinke, visit us at www.aug.edu.